Good morning. It's mostly harmless entertainment, and I have to do this. Yes, this is a trade cutter. Yes, my rank is Lieutenant Commander. Ladies and gentlemen, to my great shock, surprise, and pleasant surprise, I must say, I am on the free-to-play server. Yes, the Caribbean main server, the freeper server. Now, it's not all good things here. For one, the biggest problem on the free-to-play server, actually all servers right now, is reals. So, there's a lot of new people here. I have never done a real tutorial, and never one strictly on the free-to-play server. So, even though I had rank, I deleted it, I transferred to Britain, I started at the very bottom, that's why I'm a Lieutenant Commander. And let's get into this quick. So, trade goods, reals. Real fast, you need to know that there's a lot of people on this server, so hence the trader's cutter. This thing has some abilities. Should I get into PvP, I will demonstrate and explain those abilities. However, what you need to know is this. Trade cutters, these things go to different ports. These all drop in ports, you can buy them. You pay a tax at the port, you pay a tax when you sell them. So that's going to reduce your profit. The second, more profitable way is to hit trade brigs, LGVs, and get these off of them. You might want to be in a hauling ship when you do that. But here's how this works. I have my 3 items. I have quartz. You go up to here. Okay, here's your map. Drop down more, trader tool. Type in quartz. It's going to give you a link. Click there, come to sell, double click it twice. Your highest price is Nassau, $18,399. Nassau is up here. However, I can go to Leo Game and sell it for $14. It's still going to be a profit, and I won't have to run all the way up there. There's usually 2 or 3 ports you can sell it to, and one with the highest consumer. Next, we'll go historical artifacts. Trader tool. HIST, here we go. Double click sell twice. Guyama is the highest. Guyama is over here. Now Puerto Rico, Puerto Rico's one of the highest consumer of trade goods in the game, so lots of stuff are going to go there. I want to point out Coast South goods. This may be significant. I don't know what it is yet. However, I'm going to St. Nicholas because it'll give me a high price. And I am not to... today I'm wanting to PvP. I'm not wanting to just run around doing trade goods. There's gotta balance the working at this game and the fun at this game, because otherwise you can do a lot of work and get no fun, and why would we play a game like that? Alright, marble. Marble, St. Mark, 6,000, high bid. Right there, I'm on direct course for it. Now, something to know. When you knock over a trade cutter or something, you're going to get one of these items that go one part of the map. One of these items going to go to another part of the map for the high price or best price. But I have been hitting trade ships for a couple days and piling this up. Actually, I think I got half of this I bought from the market just to get a full load. Yes, ideally, you will go and buy a trader's links. It'll haul more, I think. I'm not sure if it will haul more, actually. But the trader's links were selling for $987,000. They had max bonuses. They were beautiful. I didn't have the cash. So I bought Trader's Cutter for 1/10 of the price because, I'm cheap. So, that is trading on the free-to-play server. Now, let's address the collective gasp that I heard from you a few minutes ago when I started this. Why is Izzy on the free-to-play server? Comes down to a few simple things, ladies and gentlemen. On the war server with the new update where first rates take 10 to 15 hours to replace, 10 to 15 hours of actual hauling. There's not very many people on the war server. So they have made line ships into a clan resource. Basically, you need a number of people hauling to make the work light. If you don't have that, you're going to be a raider. If you don't have a good organized clan, you're going to be a raider. And, I somewhat agree with them because line ships were resource intensive. And if you're just running around solo YOLOing, that's a different activity. But line ships are going to be used for different things. Unless you have a DLC. But I don't really call DLC ships line ships, and there's reasons we won't get into. But on the war server, there is not enough people. There's not enough people to fight consistently. It's a lot of work to get a fight. I am still over there. I still have some diehards over there. We are going to try to keep doing something, but I'm telling them all to move over here. And the simple reason is, if you want to be solo and you just want casual fun, it's over on this server. That's the simplest reason. Now, I am in Britain. Should any of you want to come and sail with me in Britain, I am in Britain. I am Zanza Clan, and we are going to be a well-organized guild that can produce line ships and get our crafting. It's going to take some time because, like I said, I'm a lieutenant commander. I've got a long way to go. We all do in Zanza. So we're setting our expectations realistically. We're just here to rank up, have fun this season, and learn how the new economy works. And basically, that's our focus. Get established. We're not going to worry too much about taking ports. We're not going to get invested in drama. We're just going to make the drama by killing stuff. Zanza Clan, Great Britain. Why Great Britain? Haha, glad you asked. Great Britain is the undisputed... Oops, how'd we do that? Well, anyway, we're bottom of the pack. We used to be 4, now we're 3. France let me down. My goodness. I'm almost in a respectable nation. I hate it when that happens. And all of you have just lost your minds. Ladies and gentlemen, I do not join top dog nations, and this is why. Top dog nations have lots going for them. They have the best ports, they have the best crafting, they have lots of people. In Britain or France, you are more likely, if you are a competent PvPer, as me and most of my people are, if you are a competent and experienced PvPer, in Britain or France, you will most likely be invited to port battles when you're able to actually crew the ship and have the books and it's all unlocked. So a couple months from now for us. If you are in the top dog nations, they already have their port battle teams, and you might as well go just be a raider. So there's no future for me in Pirates or France, and that is the crying shame of the fact of having only 4 nations. Okay? With 4 nations doing port battles, really there's only 2 that are doing anything. The balance is skewed. It's too few nations. It's causing supermajorities to happen. Nations to dominate from sheer density of players. If there are other nations out there, some of these really good commanders from the war server who are over here would split off with their people and go make a clan in some other nation. Because let me tell you, this game creates a lot of friction. This game creates a lot of drama. It's an MMO, combat MMO, that's to be expected. And a lot of people on the war server are holding their nose because they either have to be with their friends in Pirate Nation or the enemy of their friends in Spain. They're not going to go to Great Britain or France because we're the underdogs. And they want to PvP and they want to fight for ports. So for port control, port dominance, and doing that in-game RVR content, they have to be in one or the other. Because, quite frankly, Britain and France don't have much of a chance. Now, I'm not even slightly invested, concerned, worried about... I'm further south. Am I further south or am I further along? I'm further along. That's the little island. Alright. I am about here. Yes, I don't use sextant. I have been kicking around this game long enough. I can recognize places by land masses. So if my buddies ever Loki into you, I will find you by watching their Discord stream. So, that happens with age. Wisdom, experience, you learn things. Here's the deal. Britain and France have a long way to come before any one of them... To challenge pirates or Spain right now, France would have to move to Britain. We'd only have 3 nations in this game. So the devs need to go down to 3 nations, or they need to go up to 5 or 6 nations. I completely agree with them. The 12 nations on the war server, too much. They made the right call there. I can hear the brains exploding. Guys, I will criticize anyone when they're wrong. Not because I dislike them, though I do admit a bit of personal dislike for some of these devs, from experience of being one of their customers and being what I feel mistreated. But that's a different matter. When people make the right call, and I agree with it, I'm going to tell them that it's the right call, or the best call, or the best call in that circumstance. Life is not black and white. These devs, I wanted to handle. They called it inflation, but it wasn't inflation. These devs created this wipe server, and I just learned this a couple days ago, because on the war server they had created a monster. They said we ruined the game. Not really, they ruined the game. They created all these trading good monsters, and then people got 15, 20 to 100 alts. I'll read you a Discord message that... So there were items in this game worth literally hundreds of thousands, and the devs thought they had balanced it by, 500,000 reals actually. Gold ingots, silver ingots, high-end trade good items. The devs thought they had balanced it by only letting you get a few in quantity. It's a perk. The only thing is, at that time, they also made it so that you couldn't do market warfare with trading goods. As in, if you are the first one into a market and you see something on the market, you can buy it and no one else can buy it. You get it. First come, first serve. Well, the devs at one point made it so that all that was siloed per account. So nobody can buy your trade goods. It was kind of nice. It was a steady income. But they left these high-end trade goods in the game, and it really doesn't matter. It doesn't matter that they left them in or not. What they did is people got 100 accounts and they picked up hundreds of these gold ingots. And somebody who was explaining this story to me, they'd picked up hundreds of gold ingots, so log in, log out, log in, log out, then transfer all those ingots to one character, and then they'd run them down in a little ship like what I'm in, because you could do that. Gold ingots would sit in this. And they'd come away with 21, 41, however many million reals they needed for that one trade run. And these people would do this over and over. They literally were sitting on hundreds of millions of reals, maybe even billions of reals. So they can buy anything in the game, and they can fund literally entire nations. And the devs didn't like that, which is suddenly making this free-to-play server a little more relevant, because now I'm still not sure what the problem of having a nation that basically they did not like the one nation just being able to wage continual warfare with no regard for the consequences, because they were a nation making bad decisions and attacking another nation. When they had a few of these whales in there, they were literally immune to consequences. So this wipe server, with its limited 6-month wipe, and you have to start over, those people still have their hundreds of accounts, and they can still do this. It is a lot more work. Can you imagine doing what I'm doing? I have a bunch of trade goods at the port, but I had to find this. Oh, and when I bought this off the market, no one else could buy this. It's back to a first come, first served basis. What is this? Alright, so here's what you need to know about trading. You're going to get into a market, and you're going to go to the trading tab. Marble, high price. I could sell this here, but I think I bought it for more than that. And I'd only make a few hundred there, so I'm not going to sell these 2 items. I'll take them to the ports. Alright. Hold. We are looking to put marble here. We are going to sell that marble right there. Alright. Cool, 271,000. I doubled my money there. Trading works. But they have implemented things to make it so that those whales have a much harder time doing what they were doing. You gotta work if you want to make money, and now the whales have to decide if the work is worth their effort. Now I can tell you, some of those whales are still on the war server, comfy with their hundreds of millions of reals. They do not want to. They are not inclined to do that. And they are going to continue to stay on that war server because it worked for them. Boo-hoo. Whatever. Point is, there's very little content over there. I'm sure that there are other whales in the free-to-play server working very, very hard to break this game in a similar way. Now let's get to my point where I'm not sure where it makes it too much of a difference to me. Personally, as long as I have a combat ship, I'm happy. And as long as my nation can fight, I think I can train people. I know I can beat those whales. And because of the very good, in my opinion, updates where rare stuff are clan resource and then they drop and they're going to end up on a market for reals, because reals is kind of hard to make now. Because they did that, I'm going to be able to buy those rare guns and have the best stuff in the game, which I never had on the war server. Okay? There are changes that have been made. I know it's a wipe server. But there's reason for the wipe, and I'm starting to understand the reason for the wipe. It is not inflation. That's a simplistic term. It's, well, I guess we should say millionaires and billionaires who can live their life without consequence to the destruction that they fund, to how they ruin the enjoyment and the quality of life for others. It's a bit like real life, but that's a topic for another channel. Ladies and gentlemen, pirates and Royal Navy officers, Frenchmen over on your French island, and Espanol. Thank you for welcoming Izzy into the free-to-play server. I will be here a lot more. This is Mostly Harmless Entertainment. Out.